Do it, man. What's going down, y'all?
What's good? What's goody? Fresh out
down, man. Everybody
sound like we had a remix going too on the
a little echo or something. It's all good.
Yeah, y'all got some echo?
No. I was just saying on the intro joint.
Oh, okay.
I said it sound like we had a remix in there.
Yeah, almost like someone's remix.
It was like Paul Wall mixed it.
We got Bebo P in the building. That Jacquees's new vocal coach, man. What's going on? He went from repoing to getting the singing tight, dog.
Went from Brittany Renner's Milk to
to Do Re Mi.
What's going down with you, man?
Not much, man. Just trying to teach cats how to get their vocals right at the Lakers game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Grand Glare.
Dogging that Fergie on, dog.
Yeah, he was suspect, bro.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
and of course we got that Charlie Ray, that friend to the end, that Jay Camper. What's good, man?
Man, I'm your friend to the end. What's cracking?
Man, dog got that crispy mic, man. Come on, man. Hold on. Drop a bomb for the mic.
Man. Yeah, gotta drop a bomb for that mic.
Thriller mic, man, and the blade in the overalls.
Let's be clear, if y'all don't understand it, that mic is the mic Michael Jackson did the Thriller on, man, that Bebo P just said.
Yeah,
just so y'all know what's going down, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's drop another bomb for the mic.
Absolutely.
The SM7B boy.
Yeah, step your game. I'm about to step mine up, man. He got me right.
Oh damn. How you living, host? How you living, bro?
I mean, I'm not Juicy Smollett. I'm not juicy, so I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm not juicy, I'm good.
Hey, that deserves a bomb right there, bro. That case is blown to the ground.
And I'm not non-lemon, though.
Hey. No way for Smollett. So that's a good look right there. It's good to be with you, brothers. Hey, y'all hit that subscribe button and like button, man. Show some love, and we're gonna show y'all some love tonight. So,
first of all, why I thought it was Shanae right here.
Man, I thought that was Whoopi Goldberg or something, man. Oh, okay.
Man, that's bubbly right there.
Yeah.
But we gotta start first of all. We gotta start with Shanae, man. We gotta start with Weezy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, he's off the chain for that one.
Yeah, this dude looking like we getting the Bernies though. The dude put out a strap, man, on his bodyguard, man, for leaking pics, man.
Allegedly,
you know what I'm saying? And it, of course, then dude goes. First of all, you're a bodyguard. Wayne put out a strap on you, and then you go to the security booth. Like, it's allegedly. What, J. Cam, what you thinking, man, on this whole situation with Wayne?
Man, I mean, again, let's start out with the allegedly. So if this allegedly happened, bruh, that's off the chain. But I also wonder what's in this cat's contract too, the security guard.
Facts.
He's got to have something in there saying you can't put anything out there that could harm the artist. So I and maybe one of you two brothers can school me on what the content of it was. I did hear about the incident, but not what type of photo or video or whatever was put out there. But it's wild because again, I don't know, what this cat has in his contract, and I've never heard of Wayne doing something like this before, and he's had all kinds of security, you know what I'm saying, around him.
Yeah, I mean, BOP, go in a little bit, man. What's your thoughts, man?
I imagine that Lil Wayne is cool from a legal standpoint since the bodyguard decided not to press charges against Wayne in this scenario. I can understand Wayne's frustration for feeling like, one of his own bodyguards or really anyone in the circle, again, allegedly attempt to put him in a exploitive space or disposition for monetary gain. Now, at the same time, at the same time, I would hope that Wayne was actually in a situation like this, or if he was in a situation like this, that he would not have a firearm in his residence or in his possession period. I mean, the man served 8 months in Rikers Island 11 years ago on a weapons charge, and then got caught with a handgun. I think it was on his private jet last year. And then, obviously President Trump pardoned him from, the legal ramifications that was about to hammer on him.
Shout out to Trump, man. We miss you.
Right.
But you know, that's not always going to be the case. You know, he's not always going to be saved like that. You know, or he's not always going to, or rather, it's too risky to believe that you can position yourself to get caught with a handgun, a firearm at some point if that was the case. So, again, it's my hope that Wayne's going to go about things in a legal fashion here. But what say you, host?
My thing is like, where's the DBA at? You know what I'm saying? Where's that Kobe contract? You know what I'm saying? That like J. Kim was saying, like, what's the Kobe contract? Man. Because at the end of the day, dude, I mean, I got my chick signing DBAs. You know what I'm saying? So of course the bodyguards, man, come on all day long. Y'all can't tell nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's rule number one.
Nah, you know where the bodies are buried. You know
I mean, come on, man. Like, y'all the ones supposed to take the charge. They supposed to be the one to take the charges.
Absolutely.
So, and like I said, and then the other thing is maybe they feel like they weren't getting paid enough. You know how these bodyguards are, man. They feel like they're not getting paid, so they snap a couple pictures, send them to TMZ, right?
That's what I'm saying. Because we've never heard Wayne do anything close to this. Something had to. Again, I'm not taking sides here at all.
Right.
But I'm just saying something would have to provoke a man to pull out that type of strap. It wasn't just a regular strap he pulled out.
Dude pulled out the rifle.
Yeah, he pulled out that rifle.
Allegedly.
Like he was trying to blow T-Rex's arm off. So this is more serious. Yeah, this is more serious than what we really giving it credit for right now.
I mean, I think it's kind of difficult to know who's going to end up. Well, look, no, actually, let me just say this again. I personally don't think that there's going to be anything legal here since the bodyguard decided to not press charges.
He can prove nothing.
Right. So, I mean, I think it's now you see me as a possibility or a possible situation that happened. Now you don't. So, I think at the same time, it's important to hire people of integrity and discipline. If you're going to hire anybody on a security or even just all around staff period, to prevent them from or at least lessen the likelihood of somebody trying to put you out there for some type of monetary gain with a tabloid or media or whatever. I mean, shout out, for example, to I think the Nation of Islam. They do some bodyguard work at times, and I'm not saying necessarily go directly that route, but they do operate from a high level of integrity. So or at least some type of security firm that has very little to no blotches on their record and it's pretty trusted in their line of work.
So basically you're saying this was a nig situation. This is a little homie, little cousin bodyguard.
If it actually happened, then
it sounded like it was.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, it sounded like little homie, little cuz, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody that
somebody from around the way.
Yeah.
Around the way cat, you know what I'm saying? Trying to put him on.
Could have been.
And those are the ones that probably would disrespect you the most, or you would feel some type of way.
Of course, man. Like, oh, dude, they paying me enough, and he's supposed to be a big homie, right?
Right.
Well, we'll see what's going on. But like I said, Wayne got pardoned, so anything, man, that he does now, man, he going to slammer. So
you gotta walk on thin ice.
Sure.
And like I said, shout out to Carcino, man. At the end of the day, man, like he said the same thing. Where, hey, man, you just want these cats, man, to like. You want Wayne just to go to the pasture, man. He's older. He's married now. Like, you just want him to be cool. You know what I'm saying? You don't want him having no issues and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Right. Nah, shout out to Wayne.
Speaking of issues, man, we got to talk about boom, 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 and 3-6, man. They went in, man, like great, show per se. Obviously, you had busy over here getting busy. That's why he got the name. You know what I'm saying? Jay Kent, what was your thoughts just on the actual show? You know what I'm saying? As far as the hits are concerned, before we go into the drama.
Man, you know what's so funny too, before I get right to that question, is that Busy actually started out as Crazy. That was his name.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they swapped a lot of them. A lot of them swapped bone names. Yeah, a lot of them swap names.
Archives.
So that's why you knew like that dude really is off the chain. But anyhow, man, me and B-Boy P was chatting about this like when it happened, and this is like once I actually kind of took a step back a little bit. Not to say that I would have done the exact same act, but if you feel somebody is mocking you on stage when you're performing, that is slightly different. You know,
especially when you coming in with the respect and the legends that they are, man. You know, you did a track with Big. Come on, man.
Yeah, you know, and I did you know, watch like the Crunchy Black interview too with Vlad, where he said basically he's not really sure what Busy was talking about because they put the mics down whenever Bone was performing. You know what I'm saying? So wouldn't nothing be going on. But he said that where it might have got misconstrued was Gangsta Boo was like singing the part of Busy.
Oh, okay.
So she wasn't mocking him. She was like, you know what I'm saying, trying to get the crowd amped up. But from Busy's standpoint, though, I mean, again, if you believe another man is mocking you or a woman is mocking you on stage while you performing a hit, a classic, yo, I would kind of feel some type of way about that too. But the act, he did go a little too far to me with the act, because you just can't call nobody ugly MFers, man. That's like that's like spitting on somebody. You call another grown man an ugly MFer.
Like LB's in the building.
What's good,
Detroit's
LB?
finest.
Detroit's
finest.
Man.
What's good, L?
Party in Detroit.
But it was definitely an antic idea,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't have happened, man. It really was a black eye for hip hop when that took place, because these are two super legendary groups, man. I mean, the imprint and the impact that they've had on the game, where a bunch of others have really tried to take their style. I mean, let's be clear with that. You know what I'm saying? But that should have never took place, man. It's sad that it happened, but again, I can't just go all the way in on Busy, because he did say, I mean, he qualified like, look, I felt they was mocking me, and you know,
hey, Switchy didn't say nothing either.
Not because he said Busy basically said he would never do that to another artist. So he just took it the wrong way, and it should have been one of those things where he should have just handled that differently. And he even admitted that too. It should have been handled differently. So shout out to Busy for at least accepting the fact that he did definitely overreact. It shouldn't have happened. And I'm glad that the show got on as you know, as it should have.
And just real quick, J. Kemp, what was your thoughts just on the hits?
Man, 3-6 just got too many hammers. You know, Bone has more of the
smash hits.
The smashers. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's just gonna live
me
on
at
in
the
infamy.
crossroads. Them TRL
Like
joints.
those.
That was like TRL and crazy.
Right. They got the box, the TRL joints.
Yep.
But 3-6 got them club bangers.
Without them Jacquees vocals though.
Boo boo.
Boo
boo. But and thing is, and 3-6 didn't even get in all the way into the bag. Paul said they had like 10 more joints queued up.
I mean, they've been doing stuff since 92. Come on, man.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
they didn't even get into that Mrs. Don't Play bag. They didn't even hit that album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
they didn't even hit that.
LB, go ahead, double dutch in there real quick, man.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, even some of the solo stuff that they could have touched on, right? So that's all I was
some
gonna throw
Juicy
out there.
J solo boys.
Yeah, I mean the stuff that because based on other verses, we know that like people will get into some of their solo cuts or cuts that they had with other people and stuff like that. So that was also, I mean, if you start to get into that, man, like Bone stood a chance at maybe like 5 joints, 6 joints.
That's it. And
but once you got to 10, it was
they didn't come out the gate either, LB. They didn't come out the gate well. Like the first 4 cuts, it was basically over. Like 3-6 came out with, oh my God, dude, that came out with that AK.
Yeah.
And maybe Busy was feeling some type of way about that, because 3-6 left no stone unturned. They came to win. And I appreciate
that's how you got to do
that.
that. That's how you got to do it, man. You got to come out.
You got to.
Yeah.
And they couldn't match it. You know what I'm saying? They came out, because Bone is more of a mellow group. Like, we know that.
Yeah.
But a lot of their first cuts was like all mellow, and 3-6 had the who run it? Who run it? You know what I'm saying? Like just the club anthem.
Bebo, jump in, Bebo.
Yeah, man.
Well, just from a quick overall stance as far as this show, minus the antics, I mean, I think that I think that it was good. I think that it was good,
It
minus,
was.
you know, what happened. You know, I just think at the same time, and Jay Camp mentioned this, or at least alluded to the fact that you're talking about two different groups with two different styles. So, you know, it's kind of hard to match somebody up with Bone, especially. It
Yeah.
might be easier to match somebody up with like a 3-6 as far
What,
as
what,
like
what would have been a better versus for Bone?
See, that's
a
the
good
thing.
question.
That's
I
a
don't
big
think you can
question
really.
mark. The biggest comparison that I recently made
Might be do or
was
die.
do or
maybe.
die. Exactly.
Well, and this thing,
But
I
the thing
totally
is, they
agree
don't-
with what J Camp said. You know, like
Crucial
you got a
Conflict,
club
maybe?
banger
Oh,
group,
Crucial
and then you got like
Conflict, that's a
a
good one.
harmony group.
Yes, yeah. There's not
Okay.
that's not many harmony groups, and I think J Camp made a good example right there.
Great example, man.
Crucial
Drop a bomb for
Conflict.
J Camp.
But I think that you know, they both did their thing nonetheless. I mean, obviously, you know,
They did.
3-6, they had the bigger catalog, I guess. But
Yeah.
you know, I saw it on YouTube, and I don't know if this was just because of like the core fan base being the core fan bases, but more people was rooting Bone being the winner. You know, even after the antics. Now,
Cleveland's
I don't
in
know.
the
So
house.
they still
Yeah,
did their
yeah.
thing, and it
Man.
reminded me that I was reminded that Lazy Bone is more of the, you know, hype individual as
He
well
is.
as Busy than, and you know, Lazy's,
Especially with
or
the
I'm
Mo
sorry,
Thugs.
Crazy's more in the cut. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Let's be 100. Where I'm from, pretty much everybody look like Bone anyway. You know, and they
Right,
grew up on it.
right,
So come
right.
on, LB know the
Yeah,
drill.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
Southside,
and-
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
And
Oh,
to your
yeah.
point, Bebo, Bone was more impactful like early in my life, like, you know, early 90s.
Oh,
Bone
yeah.
was definitely
Oh,
more
yeah.
impactful. I mean,
Yeah.
Right,
they had
right.
hits with
Yeah.
Big Pop,
Everybody.
Easy,
Yeah.
everybody, man.
They
So
work
Mhm.
they work with the legends.
Hey man, they were the first one to talk about a welfare food stamp. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Welfare, man.
And
First of the
and
month.
speaking of that, they didn't perform that first of the month. They should have
No?
performed
They
that.
could-
they
they
didn't. Because they didn't come with them hammers. But that's why I would
man.
say 3-6 brought
They
out
selection
Wayne,
was weak.
and
man.
they even brought out Terrence
Mm.
Howard. That was a body blow because
Yeah.
Terrence Howard is from Cleveland. That was a straight
Yeah.
rib shot.
Drop a
Best
bomb.
dude.
But what's
Yeah,
kind of
man.
funny, man, is getting back to where you guys were talking about like crucial conflict or even do or die or whatever. But those two groups only kind of match in style to
That's
Bone.
it. That's
right,
it.
and
But
that's what I
that's
was
it.
getting at. Not
Yeah,
in
that's
terms of
it.
catalog.
Dude,
Yeah,
Bone
yeah,
would
yeah.
destroy both them groups. It
Yeah.
wouldn't even be fair. It wouldn't be a fair.
It
We were
really
just
would.
kind of saying, like, as far as like comparison of
Yeah,
style,
who,
like
yeah,
you
no,
can
who
put them
matches up
together.
style wise, but yeah,
Yeah.
they that's it. After that, like it's a wrap for both of them groups as far as if they were to, you know, go against somebody like a Bone. though.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I mean, because
feel that.
even with 3-6, you would have to combine groups. You would have to have Lil Jon out there, Yin Yang Twins. I mean,
yeah,
you would have to throw a bunch of groups to
Yep.
compete with that catalog.
Better
They
had
got.
Little Scrappy out there, all of them.
You got to have everybody, man, to compete with that catalog. 'Cause it's
Lil
so
Scrappy, yo.
heavy.
You better had
A
the
little scrap
so-so
with the
death,
balls on you.
the
Right.
so-so
It's-
death all stars, like all.
Hey man, but this
Dude,
thing, hey,
everybody.
what do y'all think about all the niggas on stage when this stuff goes down? Like
You guys know how I feel
Man,
about that. I
it's-
mentioned that
it's-
on the
Go ahead, Bebo.
go ahead, Bebo.
Go ahead,
that's
yeah.
all I was gonna
Cool.
say. I was just saying, y'all know how I feel from my comments on the Locks and Dipset situation where that happened. That's all I was gonna say about that. Y'all go ahead with the rest of the talking point.
Yeah,
You got it, Il.
man. Here's the thing, man. It's sort of like a throwback, right, to how rappers got down back in the day, right?
Yeah,
Is-
put 80 niggas on stage.
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
rap.
yeah. Like for the people who don't know, the shows that rappers put on these days is like eons ahead of what they used to do back in the
Dude,
90s.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Because you know, back then that's what it was. They just brought 70 of their homeboys on stage and they literally just yelled and screamed
With
and
boo
threw
boo
wa-
sound.
No
Yeah.
dancers.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was one of the reasons why MC Hammer could have so much success.
I
is
was
because-
just about to say that. Il.
And
He
the reason
was-
why he went broke.
Drop a
the
bomb
reason
because
why he
that
went
man
broke
put
as
on
well.
an epic performance.
But yeah, his performances were just out of this world. But
Out of this
and I
world,
think
bro.
what a lot of people probably really haven't paid homage to. A lot of people will pay homage like, oh man, you know, shouts out to this person, that person, that's where I got this from and that from. But a lot of rappers that have the ill like stage shows now, they need to pay homage to Hammer because he was one of the first to actually have like a really good like concert and show. Because back in the 90s, man, a lot of them shows was just, I mean, it was bad. It wasn't until the Hard Knock Life tour before we started actually getting like some real good like stage
where you
shows.
actually had like a robot arm putting Redman and them over the crowd. Like they actually
but
Hammer would have full sets. Like each song would have its own individual set. He might have a line running out there.
Well, see, Hammer was one of the first concerts that I went to. You know what I'm saying?
Me
He was
too.
one of the first rappers to even come to my hometown. You know what I'm saying? Because Evansville ain't, you know, but you know, so big. But
shout out to Robert Stadium.
Shout out to Robert
Stadium.
But one of the things that I do remember about that is MC Hammer had a whole section where not only did his band get like a solo sesh, each one of his dancers got like a solo sesh.
Remember the guy that had a triangle little head,
crazy legs? I think his name was like Crazy Legs.
He died? I don't know if he died.
Nah, I'm not sure, but he had that he had that little like swoop up like Sean Wayans back in
little like church, like the little Pope joint, you know.
Yeah. But he would point to each one of the dudes, and it'd be like 40 dudes on stage, and they would each get a little solo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so what was happening here with Bone and 3-6 and all of that is it was kind of like a throwback to how like rap shows used to be, and as you guys alluded to, man. Thank God that we don't have to deal with that mess no more, because it's like it was terrible. It was like I might as well just play this CD at home if you're gonna come out here and give this bad of a performance. You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
Here's the thing though about that, El, to tag team from from you on that is excellent points, fellas. I don't really have much to say as far as like what was done back in the 90s as far as like 60 70 cats on stage and then you don't whatever, but I think that I do want to say, just to go back to the Busy situation, if I could add my 2 cents. I thought it was I think it's interesting to point out that Busy, he had pointed out that he hadn't seen professionalism like what the Versus team was all about in like a long time. And this was prior to, like, just before the show actually happened. He was basically giving kudos to the professionalism, but yet, the optics of what happened was the opposite by way of Busy. So I do want to highlight that on the front end, just to answer, the initial question, or at least one of them about, the antics or the optics of it all. At the same time, I do see the other side of it too. And I did like what Jay Camp said, and I kind of stepped back on some things and I was like, okay, something did happen to Busy in his youth. Yeah. And if for those who know the story, what I'm saying, and there was that old show that helped to, get him back, him and his 2 stepsisters or sisters, that America's Most Wanted show, and and all that. So you don't have to. We don't have to go into those grand details, but when you fast forward to today, him as an adult, and you see some of the reasons why he didn't wear certain outfits or costumes, why he didn't wear the war paint on the Art of War as everybody else did, But then you fast forward to Versus, and you have somebody saying SMD. What I'm saying? From a psychological standpoint, that could have served as a trigger. So
facts.
What I'm saying? You never know. And I'm not justifying the behavior, and it was good that he apologized. I just wanted to just highlight that, because if most of us know it, then they likely knew it too, especially if they're like, mocking him in a certain fashion, like gyrating as he was spitting his verse, of a certain song or whatever. So you just never know. It could have been the throwing the rock or hiding the hand situation, but nonetheless, it was still a bad look, and I'm glad.
I understand what Jay Camp said too, as far as like Gangsta Boo, kind of like you're singing it, but it's like, hey man, let me do my thing. We don't need you to get the hype. We don't need you to get the crowd hype.
She called him the cis word. You know what I'm saying? That was another thing. It's funny you mentioned her. So
Yeah, she did,
you know,
but I think, but that's after he said
that's
the ugly
afterward.
MFers though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
to me, that's gonna set anybody off because you
Come
you
on,
call
Gangsta
anybody
Boo.
a
Yeah,
ugly
Gangsta Boo's gonna
ugly MFer on this here show.
ah.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna
Go ahead,
say
El.
something about that.
Nah, man, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Hey, but no, that's real talk. That's a very good point, Bebo P, man. Is that you definitely need to know the background of individuals and things that they go through, because although it's not an excuse or it doesn't justify anything, it can at least give you a bit more insight into maybe why it takes somebody else. They might need a little bit more patience or a little bit more leash of understanding because of situations that they might have been through. So very good point, man. That's a good point to drive home.
No doubt. And let me just say this point real quick before I guess we move on to the next situation, unless the grand host ID wants to mention this. Is I think the flip side, it kind of goes back to the optics not being good whenever something like that happens. You got to understand too, whether you're Bone, whether you're 3-6, whether you're Shaka Khan or whoever on that platform, you got to understand you haven't been on. Let me just say, Versus is you could say it's mainstream, and it's a mainstream outlet for cats who were rocking in their prime that is no longer in their prime as far as charts and modern.
You're basically redoing old records.
So
and you messing up the bag too.
Well, you're messing up the bag.
I mean, you have sponsorships behind you,
you got sponsorships, and like you're after how long from you being in the mainstream light? You don't. The last thing you want to do, in addition to the bag and the sponsorships that you brothers mentioned, is you don't want to mess up the look of things. You don't want to mess up. Though you don't want to mess up the image for those who don't really know who you are, that know of you, since we're in another generation. So I just wanted to highlight that too.
Well, the other thing too is Swiss, which is one of the creators of Versus, was like he had a couple gripes, which was number one, these groups charge 5 times more than groups from other cultures. But then also he had this thing of like they were asking for some pastor or some preacher from like Canada. They were asking for like all this extra stuff,
right.
Somebody
that was
Island
like then they wanted they paid him like a couple times in advance, but then they was like, look, just come on time, and they came late. So he had a lot of issues. So L, obviously we've dealt with niggas in the past, man. Been on tours, been on shows. What was your thoughts on that take from Swiss?
J
Camp's favorite producer.
J Camp's favorite producer for sure, hands down. So I think that it was two-sided for me, right? Which is that the hip-hop side of me loves to know some of that background information about things that go on and how they transpire and all of those things. But the other side of me kind of wanted it to not be out there for everybody, because sometimes people just take that information and then they associate that's the headline, and they associate it with all the rest of us and say all them fools is charging 5x and all of them showing up late and all, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it was a little bit two-sided for me as far as that. But Swiss is right, you know what I'm saying? But I also think that comes along with, as we kind of said, having that mainstream platform, right? That people see that, hey man, you getting them Apple dollars, you get money from a company or whoever. I mean, because they didn't go with Apple though, they went with what was it, TikTok?
Something like that, yes.
Anyways, basically a very large tech company, right? with probably
that wouldn't normally mess with them if they wasn't on that platform.
Yeah, with probably billions in the coffers. And when people see something like that, they are gonna charge you a premium, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna look at you and say, listen, it looks like you get money over here. And just in case, I don't know if you getting all of this money off of my back, I want to get paid what I'm owed. Do I think they should constantly be doing that? And should they be treating, like the black people different than they treat the white people? No. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's the case, but if that is bad. But I also think it's it is a little bit of an indication to the success of the platform, right? Is that
Facts.
you have the successful
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah.
People are gonna see that and be like, you know, I normally charge about $500, $750.
What other thing too? I mean, if I'm in Indianapolis
Those
doing a
Detroit
concert and I'm
prices.
doing a Super Bowl, I'm
Yeah.
going to charge Super Bowl prices for the Super Bowl. It
You
just
charge
is what
the
it
Super
is.
Bowl prices. Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of that is attributed to that. Now, if they win 5x, that's, to me, when I do that math, it seems a little extreme. It more seems like, hey man, maybe you 2x it and maybe max 3x it because of because of that platform, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, if it's Super Bowl, let's charge Super Bowl prices. So, you know,
Yeah.
I can
And I'll give you
dig
the
that.
MC Hammer show and all that.
Yeah.
With
I'll
the
bring out the little
parachute pants,
kids.
through that?
I bring out the little kids in the choir and the LED lights.
Doing the typewriter in front of the kids.
Oh yeah, we'll even get one of them little pyrotechnic little dudes. You know what I'm saying? We'll get it popping. You know what I'm saying? Get the little fake crowd in the back. Don't get all that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But long story short, man, go ahead. End this off, J. Kemp. Like, what was the overall? Just if you had to put this in a bottle, man, what's the whole thing, man? And also, how can we do a better job with the hood performances? You know what I'm saying?
Man, just to kind of put a bow on it, man. Again, like Bebo said, I mean, it was definitely a good show. You know, I just think we got to put this stuff into perspective. Yes, it's a competition at the end of the day. You know, you going versus another group, but at the end of the day, we got to link arms, man. We can't be in a position.
It's supposed to be a celebration, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a
celebration.
It's supposed to be a celebration. And maybe it needs to be something to where if it's groups or even individuals, like you just kind of come together beforehand and just kind of discuss, like, look, I'm not going to disrespect you. You kind of have to have some man code out there. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I really like that idea. Almost like some boxer type stuff. Like, hey, we come out here,
have a press conference
beforehand. Yeah, we're gonna come out here. We're gonna do this.
Idea right
you know what I'm saying? But
we're gonna have a good show. We're gonna do this, do that.
Yeah. But make it very positive, kind of like pre-boxing, presser or whatever. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, because obviously Busy doesn't know 3-6 or any other individuals.
Yeah, it's like they never even met before, type stuff.
Yeah, and you can tell because when you.
Well, I mean, but they've been beefing for years, though.
They have been.
But this thing, you sit them down, though. You know what I'm saying?
But this is the reason why you would sit down. You've been beefing for years. We coming together to do this event for the culture.
Yeah,
because there is there's a bigger ball of wax out there. There's a bigger picture.
Right.
Okay.
And I think that they have to come together for the culture, for hip hop, because, and again,
I agree.
You don't want the image of Bone to be, they just gonna fight whoever's on stage. Like, I heard this and this about Bone, and now, I see him for the first. Again, you got kids who's 20, 21, 22,
right,
watching Bone for the first time, and they see that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And it's not like LB said. It's not. They're not used to seeing a million dudes on stage, unless they somewhere locally. Unless you go to your local concert.
It's not even physically responsible to have that many people on stage.
Ask MC Hammer.
Most people are like Roddy Ricch. You just get one person. That's it.
It's got to be a fire hazard. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and this is the thing. 'Tis the season to get your fresh out coffee mugs. Maybe that'll help out with some of your Negro. If you have any Negro friends that you're having problems with, get it at. Get a shot glass. You can get one of those too.
Nah, not the Negro friends, dog. Not the Negro.
Like one. I'm not racist. I have one Negro friend. Welcome, Brahma Fresh Out. A Friday they go on sale. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get you one. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you like what my brothers are doing, hit the Cash App. Fresh Out Show. You got some dough. Go ahead, hit it. $5 is good.
Yeah,
Cash me outside.
You know what I'm saying? Catch me outside.
That's right, baby.
That's
right.
We gotta talk about LB's favorite rapper.
What?
Drizzy.
He got the ID swag. Did you tell him the swag that he should have, man? He looked like he stole that from you. Really.
He quietly does.
I don't do the
ID swag
turtlenecks, but I do the all black.
Okay.
He tried, man.
All right.
Yeah.
He dropped out of the Grammys because of supposedly the Weeknd snub last year. Just real quick, do you guys see this trend? Do you see more artists doing this?
Maybe. I mean,
Here's the thing. I do think
it doesn't really
that-
push the needle for me. But go ahead, LB.
Yeah, it doesn't. Hey, great point. Doesn't push the needle, right? But like, here's the thing. Especially if you can already say, "Oh, I caught a Grammy." Like
That's different.
After that, I think Jay-Z said it in a rap. Like, we come to find out that the Billboard and the Grammys don't mean nothing, but that's what we was chasing for so long. But and it's the truth, man. Because how many artists can we name right now that on FRSHOUT catalog they got 2, 3, 4, 5 mic albums, and you look at their Grammy list and all they got is a Grammy or something like that, right? But we all know that they got that they got 3 classics and sitting in the back, you know what I'm saying? So it's wild because there is some like validation to it. I think honestly, the biggest reason for winning a Grammy right now is nothing else but raising your tour, concert, and festival prices, right? Because if you happen to catch a Grammy through they messed up rules of what they think is like ill and what's not, your prices can go up when you go on tour, okay? To the festivals and all of that stuff. And so that's really the only reason to get a Grammy right now, because it doesn't validate you, at least not in the music that we're thinking of, like anywhere else. Like there's nobody that I go, he doesn't have a Grammy. I'm not gonna get that album. I'm not gonna listen to that right now.
It's not like Grammy. A strike.
Nah, not a chance.
So. Yeah, it's a master's degree when you're driving a bus.
That's it. That's all it is, bro. I mean, that's a perfect.
You know, I have my master's, but you're driving a bus.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like,
what's your man? What you thinking, man?
Who's your man's that won that Grammy though over Kendrick?
Macklemore.
Like Macklemore.
We all knew
and honestly, like you said, all Macklemore did was just charge more. Like, I'm a Grammy award-winning white rapper.
And even Macklemore said, I didn't deserve this, because he knew he was gonna catch flack.
But he is a man. He has the masters riding the bus. That's what that is.
What's his name? Yeah, say his name again.
Macklemore.
There you go.
Yeah.
My bad, Bebo P. What was you saying?
No, you good.
Macklemore, get your ass out of here. Where's he from? Seattle?
Yeah, Seattle.
Oh gosh.
What's he doing right now?
I think that when you start
probably making like indie type music, he's probably like, how Seattle got the super like indie music scene.
He's ghostwriting for Russ.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Russ. Russ got a track list, by the way. We got to talk about that later on.
Yeah, he do though.
Bebo, what's your whole take on the Drake real quick before we skip on from LB's favorite rapper?
I think that when you start saying things such as what once was the highest form of recognition may no longer matter to today's artists, and that what else do you say? It was a great time to start something new. That's a shot against those powers that be, which is why it's not a coincidence that his mic got cut off when he made a certain speech saying those things. I mean, you're not supposed to put down the entity that gives out the awards to empower artists to start something new and different against the power structure. Wait, where's my tinfoil kufi?
Don't get it.
Right. Put that.
No, but I mean, it's that. Long story short, I can understand Drake's sentiments here. I mean, he's sticking to his guns and not participating into what would arguably be the highest form of award ceremony, for lack of better wording. So, salute to Drake for this one. But
we know he's not going to be questioned though, too.
No, I mean, I'm just giving credit to one particular little thing. I mean, everything.
He's bigger than a Grammy right now, so it's almost like
he took a stance, but it was an easy one though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, shout out to Sock. And yeah, he does have some ID swag, man. Not
He
the
does
mock
have some
turtleneck.
ID
ID buddy swag.
Yeah, not
Fact,
the ID
fact
buddy
on
swag,
that side.
you know?
Fact on that.
I'm not doing that mock turtleneck though.
Because I can see ID getting that heart joint too. That heart line. That heart part.
maybe in the ID buddy years, man, but
Yeah,
not now,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
That's
I definitely see
shout
that.
out to Sock though, man, on the chat joint, man.
Salute to
sir.
Sock.
Man, like I said, man, I don't. All these little, honestly, these war shows stink right now. They just stink real bad. There's nothing else to say, man. They stink.
Where's the
They're
sound for it,
terrible,
though? We
bro.
need the sound for that, though. There we go. Okay,
No,
now
they are-
it's
Dude,
fitting.
it just stink,
It's fitting.
man.
Nah, they
Just beyond terrible, bro.
Like
Just beyond terrible.
like if they didn't have performances in there, like would anybody ever watch these things? Like
But even the performances don't be really all that.
yeah,
know.
nah.
I mean, yeah, the
it's weak.
performance are lame. I mean, it's almost like we used to watch like a performance on Soul Train. It's like, dude, we know you
That's
lip
what-
sync. You know what I'm saying?
The Soul
That's
Train
exactly what it
joint.
remind me of. Remind me of the Soul Train performance.
Heck, most of the people in the audience, most
You
of
know
the
what I'm saying? We
celebrities
know
and so
you lip
forth,
syncing. We know
they're
you
not
lip
even
syncing
really
that, fam.
into it like that.
No, they're like, dude, they
Formality.
don't even listen to hip hop, and I'm like,
It's
yeah,
just a
man, like,
formality.
Stop the cap.
Nothing but cap. Nothing but cap.
No bullshit, bro. Bruh.
That
anyway,
Kaepernick.
we're gonna talk. I wish Roddy Ricch was find a skincare line that would promote him.
Go ahead, L. Say it.
Ouch.
boiling.
I
Maybe
mean,
everyone else.
no, it's just sad, man. This dude's skin.
Ouch. All right.
But
the
anyway,
other one,
shout
L,
out to
was the
Roddy
other
Ricch though, man. He went
All right, I'm
diamond
gonna
on his single.
Okay.
Why the fuck you lying?
You did not go diamond, man.
Idea.
You probably went. You probably sold. You probably did.
Souls.
As far as streams, he probably did about 3 mil. You know what I'm saying? Because that song was on everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This thing, L.
Yes.
Come on, we come from the RIAA era.
Right.
Can you trust digitals? Can you trust labels to actually count the real numbers?
Oh,
with digital spin?
absolutely not. Absolutely
Go in, L.
I don't-
Not even close. Not even close.
I
But
don't care if you got a Russian data
Yeah.
analyst.
because
I don't care if you got a data analyst from Russia.
Got the
You ain't getting
Krapowski
You
software.
will boost your numbers up to
Yeah,
telling
you,
you, man.
you ain't getting the
that
accurate.
Leor data. That
but that's
Right.
the thing, man, about this stuff.
Vladimir data.
Krapowski antivirus. We count number 2 for records. Like, yeah.
But man,
on the
you
back
can't-
to Ukraine. But go
Man.
ahead. Man.
Joe
These
Biden.
digital numbers are pure fraud, man.
Pure.
And here's the other thing about it, man. It's like just because you spent like $13 on a CD, right? Like I got a CD from like '94 in my house right now, and I still got a CD player. I can go play it right now. I think
Right.
I probably even ripped it to my iPhone. Okay,
Mhm.
so like all the spins that I gave to that album from like '94. Like they didn't add up anywhere. They didn't go anywhere. They just was poof into the $13. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, like you would have to say, in theory, like you're capped off at a certain amount. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
all these digital numbers are it's just bad business.
It's
man. I
cap.
think
It's
here's what they need to say. Just like baseball put all them asterisks on all them dudes from a certain era, you know, during the home run hitting era, like they got to start putting. They should say it should be qualified with since the streaming era tracked in 2010 or something. And so that you can clearly know that like you cannot compare this to anything that came out prior to 2010.
Anything
Because
before Napster, like, don't count it.
yeah, man. I mean, like
Or anything
it's just-
after Napster, don't count it.
yeah. It's just wild, man. But why don't they just got to find a way to say that a lot of people listen to this. I mean, just send us out the like Spotify does right now. What's that year-end recap?
Yeah.
They should just send out the year-end recap of the numbers, man. We don't need you to try to say this was gold or this was diamond or something like that, because it doesn't match the gold and the diamond that came from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Because
Nah, not even close.
because right now a lot of people, you just gonna listen to something because everybody else is listening to it, and you just trying to be in the know. You know what I'm
And let's be
saying?
100. Nothing else to listen to because they didn't lock down everything. You can't like have no local single and go on the radio and blow up no more. You can't do no cheeky stuff no more.
So like if that's the case, right? Like, but in the 90s, you couldn't just go listen to something because everybody else was listening to it. You had to go buy the CD. Like you had to put your money. You had to put your money
you
up.
cop the maxi single, and then you cop the tape, and then the CD came out, and you cop the album.
Yeah, you would do all of that because you had to put your money, where your talk was at and stuff. So it's right now though, like I can literally just go out there and listen to it, and now somebody getting like a few streams off of that because 1 million people went to go listen to this thing that everybody else is listening to, and like there was literally no effort put into it, and it's like, oh, you just went diamond, like this is the craziest thing ever. Nah, these complete and utter absolute fraud. But shout out to Roddy Ricch. It don't mean that it's not an accomplishment. But
hey, the song was banging. The album was dope. Salute to you, but stop that cap, bro.
Yeah, but these numbers is absolute fraud. That's it.
J Camp, go in, man.
Yeah, it's funny that LB mentioned back in the day we actually had to cop the album. It's like I had to cop a DRS album, full album, just to hear Gangsta Lane. I didn't want to hear nothing else, nothing else on there I wanted to hear. But I had to spend like 17 at Sam Goody for one song.
You did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like if I listen to a song now, stream it for like 30 seconds, that's a credit for an artist. That's like, nah, bro. Like I heard your 4 bars and I was done. I didn't want to hear anything else. But yet that goes to the numbers. So I'm like, that's how we know this. 100%. It's a huge fraud, man.
Oh yeah, man.
It's disappointing. But shout out to Roddy Ricch, like you said, I do like Roddy Ricch.
Yeah, like Roddy a lot.
Jacquees, go in, man.
Where? He's saying it again. He's saying it again. Do re mi. Get your do re mi right now. I don't really have nothing to add. I mean, you brothers really laced it. It's all cap. I guess they got to do what they got to do to juice up the numbers to make select artists look a certain way, gain a certain credibility, whatever.
Man, I ain't mad. That's just the way the game is.
It just is, they
always say if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
It's like it's like the modern day what they call it, pay for play.
Yeah,
exactly. So it's kind of like that. You know,
that payola,
like ID said, everybody's Barry Bonds now.
Yeah,
everybody's Barry Bonds.
Yeah, man. But if I'm Roddy Ricch, I'm like, hey, come here, man. Put your head down real quick. I'm slapping you, dude. Like, stop fronting, man.
Get your quiz over here too.
He didn't announce this, did he? I mean,
on his Instagram, he's over here flashing the little plaque bull with the 10 mil.
Okay.
Stop the cap.
All the cap.
Bruh.
So I don't know, man. Like I said, shout out to him. Shout out to all the young dudes doing the numbers, man.
Yes.
But, shout out to Roddy Ricch,
come on, man.
We
need to find a better way to gauge what you're doing as far as like performance. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole diamond thing, that's done, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Like Nelly and all them, when they was doing those crazy numbers, that's it. That was the last time somebody was doing that.
They was selling real albums, like an actual
fact.
Disc.
Like I said, I have no problem with the numbers. Just give us a year-end wrap-up and don't give us these like comparisons to the old days, because it just
exactly. It don't. It's not the same, man. Like stop.
Not even close.
Stop.
Yeah, stop. Like just tell us that it was played 3.7 million times or whatever. You know.
Fact,
dude.
That's it.
Cap. Stop, man. Hey man, like I said, give us a sub, man. Show us some
You know
love,
us.
man. If you like what we doing, if you like what the brothers doing, man, hit that cash app too, man. You know what I'm saying? The brothers
Cash
need,
me
you know what I'm saying?
outside, man.
Cop that. Get your mugs on. We got them on sale on Friday, man. If you got a
Okay.
drinking problem, we can lower your drinking with the shot glasses with LB's
Man.
face on it. Come on,
Nah.
let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
We
right.
got this is the LB. This is the LB show. We got to talk about
Dang.
Travis Scott, LB's
Yeah, this-
second favorite guy.
You
10
one of my
Millie
faves.
on the lawsuit, man. They coming for a throat, man. What is he
Yeah.
doing, man? LB, you gotta start him because this is your guy. This is your guy, man. He needs some milk. Some milk.
Save him, L. Save him,
Save
bro.
him,
Save
L.
him.
Save him with that
You
Renner
need
milk.
to call all the connects you know, bro.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
This is tough. But you know what? Some of this is also in Texas, and Texas is legitimately why they created the term the Wild Wild West. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like it's all off the chain out there in Texas. You can do anything, and that's why a lot of people go there, a lot of tech companies and stuff. But yeah, I think whoever the lawyer is, he's trying to put on the show. You know what I'm saying? And so he was just like, what can I come up with? And he's just putting on the show. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets, settled for, 2 or 3 million, a fraction of the actual lawsuit number. That
So you think 3 mil? That's it?
I don't think it'll be that low. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like percentage points of this number. Like what? Even if this settled at 1 billion, I would still be plenty surprised because I don't even think it's 200 million, to be perfectly honest.
I think
And
it
that's
depends
a
on that
fraction of
judge
what's
and
going
jury,
on.
bro. It depends on that judge and
Hey,
jury.
dude, you have 1,500 people trying to get some bread.
Yo,
Yeah,
we've
but-
seen crazy situations happening. I mean,
yeah, the point is, I'm just saying that
I
I'm not
feel you,
saying
though.
they're not gonna get paid. I'm just saying this number is like astronomical.
I mean, but that's what
man.
you go to the astronomical numbers to get the Billy. You know what I'm saying? To get like
No,
10% of what you're asking for.
they trying to
and I hear
justify
you.
it based off the ticket price.
I
You know,
hear what they saying, but this is an absorbently high number for a reason. And let's be clear, you can sue for anything in the United States. It has to have absolutely zero merit. I'm not saying that's the case here. I know there's a lot of things that are going on and they need to get this right. But I do want to just talk about like people and suing and stuff, but like you can literally sue for anything, and now they'll hear your case and maybe it'll get thrown out or whatever, but you can literally sue for anything you want. And so for me, until this like moves a little bit further along, it's just somebody trying to get a headline out there for me right now in this moment.
J Cam, go in because the guy's name is Brent Kuhn.
Yeah, that's so Texas. That's so
bro.
Texas.
Go ahead, J Cam.
That is
Go and
so
put that
Texas.
koofy on. Go and put
Hey, I'm gonna have to throw my
Brent
koofy
Kuhn,
on, bro.
Brent Kuhn and Associates
I'm
has
gonna have to throw
collected
my
everybody
koofy on.
together. Because
Kuhn
and
and
also he
Associates.
said that
And-
he's also
and put
worked
in-
in concerts, so he knows what they did wrong too.
Yeah, that's why I said, man, I'm gonna have to put all my Thanos rings on because I'm gonna have to snap. I got to snap old Travis Scott to dust. And that's what he about to be, bro. Like I could see if there was no pattern of this, but there's a pattern, and I think where he's at, and it happened in Texas, they're gonna barbecue his ass, bro. They're gonna do what they got to do. It's gonna at least be a Billy.
You think it's gonna be a Billy, cuz?
I don't think
gonna
it's
at
gonna be a
least
Billy.
be. It's
I don't
gonna at
think
least
it's-
be. I think it's gonna be a Billy minimum.
All right,
Only because there's so much. There's a lot of sentimental feeling, man. You gotta have that. We need
But now-
we need a
Quick
fiddle.
question, though.
Dude, like you try to make some money and you lost a bill.
No,
We-
quick question
we-
though,
we-
right?
We need a fiddle on here.
Is this just against Travis Scott, or is this the one where they're including like the 16 companies associated with him?
Yeah,
as
they're
well?
doing Rock Nation, all that.
Yeah,
But the thing of it is,
everybody.
if you do get
Okay.
if the lawsuit does
Everybody.
go through,
Okay.
would you, as an insurance company, would you ever insure Travis?
But I think they at least Rock Nation they good. They got insurance. I'm just saying that from a From an optics perspective, they're gonna barbecue him. I don't think he's gonna lose out much as far as pocket, but those victims is gonna get paid. Them families are.
Oh, facts.
You know what I'm saying? It may not be a strong Billy, but it's gonna be.
It's gonna be not a medium strong.
Billy.
It's gonna be a strong one. It's gonna be a medium because they're gonna get paid, bro. Because they're gonna snap him. They're gonna snap him only because of the pattern. Because in court that's gonna be used.
Oh, it will be.
This ain't the first time. So
they gonna try to cook them. They're gonna try their hardest.
Texas is all about fool me once.
Oh yeah,
they are the Commonwealth boy.
Yeah, the fool me once state.
Oh,
they ready to put you on the chain gang down there, man.
Bebo P, go in, man. Put the kufi on too, man. Go ahead and do it, Doc. You know what I'm saying?
The corduroy kufi.
The corduroy kufi, dog.
Right.
Hey, Jay Camp just got done wearing it. He can go ahead and keep it, man.
The corduroy kufi.
Corduroy kufi.
It's like a rapper. Corduroy kufi, son.
The pleather.
Hi guys, I'm pro black and black. No,
the satin kufi.
That pleather kufi.
Goodness.
Is that leather? Velvet?
What is it, velvet?
What is it, velvet?
Oh gosh. No, I'm willing to. I mean, the way things are looking, rather, I think between L and J Camp, I think J Camp is actually, onto something
Closer?
with this. I mean,
Okay.
they're going. I mean, I know you both said that they're gonna stick them, stick them, but but he gonna
Man.
they're really going. I mean, anytime you have attorneys that you're commissioning, and they charge anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 an hour,
they trying
that's
to eat.
No
bro.
small feat. They're trying to eat,
eating.
and they're saying out there that he could actually. It's a possibility that he could actually lose the motion to dismiss the case. Not to say that he'll be judged as guilty, since none of us here are lawyers.
I don't think he'll be judged as guilty either.
Here's the other thing too. As I'm sure y'all know, he offered to pay the funeral costs of those who obviously pass away. To the families.
Yeah.
And such.
Dude, that's like D'Angelo and The Wire writing that letter to the family, dog. Like, what you doing, man? What you doing?
Here's the thing, though. Half of those victims' family rejected the offer.
They did
because they know the brand's coming. Man.
They know what it is.
I gotta act like I'm sad, bro.
Because it does sound like a finesse, though, Bebo.
I mean,
sound like a finesse.
Yeah, like to those.
Dog, come on, man. It's a finesse game.
It's a finesse game, and I think the families see that. At least four of the families, or however many it is, that's like, nah, we ain't falling for that okie doke. So
we going for the wrong dope.
And I think their lawyers must have said something to the effect of, "Hey, look, we know it seems like a considerable amount of dough, but if you take it, then this can go against your case." So since those four, I think it was about four lawyers that was like on behalf of the families, it's like, nah, we're not going that route.
And your boy,
guess what that means?
You know what I mean?
It means that it means a jury trial, and that's not a good look either for Travis.
And think about how much footage, Bebo, they're gonna be showing off his old shows.
The footage,
and people getting trampled,
and body slamming that one little kid.
And and to go back to all of those points, that's tangible evidence that they have to go against him, since it's looking like this could go to jury.
And so the jury in Texas, they're
gonna fry his ass down.
But to go back to ID's point real quick, if I were an insurance company, I personally wouldn't want him on the situation again. Same thing goes for like a vendor or a promoter or whatever. No, he's kind of like he's kind of got that scarlet letter if I'm a promoter or insurance company or something like that. So
Vince McMahon take care of.
What's
Vince
up?
McMahon take care of him. I said,
hey,
Vince
man,
McMahon
Don King can't promote him, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Vince McMahon get him together, man.
Hey, somebody will figure it out. Somebody will figure it out.
And this is the thing, normally in Houston, Jay Prince will say, Jay Prince go, I'll take care of it. I'll go ahead and call somebody. Jay Prince ain't even touching this, bro.
Nah.
Yeah.
He ain't touching that.
Hey,
Jay Kent wouldn't even touch it.
Jay Kent wouldn't
touch
it. And he's Charles Lee Ray today.
Hey, L, let me ask you this question, L.
Yes.
You see jail time?
Oh.
You see some jail time?
That's no. The only reason I don't is because
Mm.
I think this is all like focused on the civil and the money. And I think the other part of it is how do you get your money if he's in jail? You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey man, hit him over the head and do the OJ Simpson with it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but some of these people trying to actually get paid, and you don't get paid if he's in jail. Though, bro.
Don't fit, don't acquit.
Yeah, man. Hey, get the dough and throw him in jail, and we getting that LaFiore joint that you had from McDonald's. Give me all that, nigga.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, if he cashes out right now, does he have $1 billion? No.
Hell no.
If he cashes out right now, what's he got? 170?
He's got a debt of about 10 albums or something like that.
Let's look at how much you worth, man, right now.
Yeah, I'm like, I think he, like he lucky if he could cash all the way out at what, 50 million?
FRSHOUT might have to donate some of our funds.
Yeah, we might have
Don Tolliver might have to give up his his change.
I don't go by what they say on the web per se, but they saying he worth about 60. So let's say 20.
So okay. The internet says 60, and we'll say
20.
And we'll say realistically, if you liquidate it, yes, you don't get the going prices, you get liquidation prices. So 20 to 30,
like 20 in cash or just 20 in assets.
Right, 20. You know, black people, man, we ain't got that cash.
So 20 to 30 million is probably all that's left. So like, hey man, he got to get back out there to get that, to be able to pay all these people off, man.
You got to go out there and twerk.
Okay, so this is the thing, Jay Kent. Would you, if Travis Cat came in town with all that little, head with you gotta go through the mouth to go in and all this other stuff, pause. Oh, man. Would you go to a Travis Scott concert now that you might get trampled and boo?
Man, I would have to be in that skybox somewhere. I would have to be like behind glass because I'm not trying to be on WWE out there.
Yeah, I'm not getting no floor seat.
No, the floor seats. You're not getting
you get a floor seat.
Room only.
You catching that lariat. You catching a
if you die, you ask for it, right? If you die, you ask for it, pretty much, right?
You sitting there jamming. Next thing you know, somebody kick you in the back of the head.
Right. Off the balcony and you paralyzed like that one cat. Like jumped off willingly.
Right.
You been that Hawkins scooter, bro. Like,
listen, man, I
was right. You will be over like Hawkins, bro.
Man. I'll tell you what though. I was in standing room with Big Sean, man. And, it was at the Palace. I was standing room only with Big Sean at the Palace. And yeah, man, it was I thought I was going to knock a dude out though. I thought because this dude, he was wilding, and about 15 songs in, he starts like break dancing into me or something, man. I'm like, all right, man, like we gonna have to fight up in here in a little bit. So yeah, man, I'm not that standing room only, man, for just about anybody is too tough.
I need that J Kim Skybox. I'm gonna tell you
what's off the chain. What's off the chain though, L, is the last concert I went to before I went to the Vegas show was Astro World Tour.
Oh, okay.
When it was this the lab, but luckily my company, they got like a suite, so I was in the suite, but when I was able to look down on them dude,
they was wilding,
bro. They was wilding because Shaq West was there too.
Yeah, they was for real wilding.
Man, they was pushing and jumping like, I'm too old for all that.
Oh no,
crowd surfing. When you start crowd surfing, bro, that's when it's a mosh pit.
Yeah, man, that's
them heavy metal groups. They be fighting, they've been doing this.
They had a mosh pit
for years.
But
y'all see basically the cash coming out, right?
He's coming off of cash. Yeah, all right, everybody here then put down a number. What's their number? I'm saying 50 million.
I'm probably right there with you, L. And then on top of that, the promoters, Rock Nation, they're gonna come off with at least 150. Because if he's doing 50, I think they're gonna drop in another 150.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a honey bun. I think it's a straight honey, dude. It's a honey, bro. You know what I'm saying? But this thing, if it was like John Cougar Mellencamp, they may say $5 million, and then I'm gonna donate some to the kids or something like that in the police department and the fire department for helping.
Yeah.
But it's a black dude.
Bebo, what's your number? Man. What's your number?
Honey.
Y'all said somewhere between 100 to 150. Is that what I heard?
There was-
Mil?
yeah.
50
Well, I
to
said
100.
50 with an additional 150 on top of that
Oh,
from like
okay,
Rock
yeah,
Nation.
So you what you gonna do?
Oh.
$1? What you gonna do?
So
Hey.
so 200 mil.
200 mil there.
A
100
kufi. Here's
mil.
here's a
50 million.
kufi
Yeah,
to pay.
that corduroy goofy.
So we got 50, 150, and 2.
Nah, I ain't mad at the numbers y'all made. I mean, 100, 150. I mean, we'll obviously have to see. But if I were to throw a number, I think they're
What's your
definitely
number?
gonna stick them. So, stick them. Let's go with at least a few hundred mil.
A few
200
honey?
mil. 200 mil.
Well,
All right.
yeah, just throw a random number out.
Okay,
there.
so this thing, if they do 50, if they even do 50 mil, is he performing ever again?
He will
I
have
think
to make the money back.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Drop a bomb for that because he
He would have no choice.
Well, this is
Is
the
it-
thing. Remember when Kanye was doing the crazy platform that was moving, and he said, "Jay-Z, don't shoot me." When has he
Uh-huh.
done another concert like that again?
Nah. Yeah.
He's still
mean,
making
he's
money
doing
for
innovative
the
stuff.
people. He just
Yeah.
ain't on concerts doing it. Maybe they have
No.
LaFlair doing McDonald's again, but maybe not no concerts. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Jay Camp, give him that corduroy kufi.
Yeah, you definitely gotta have that corduroy, bro. Like, you know, Mickey D's ain't gonna mess with him now. You know, they
Oh, nah.
too
It's a
woke
wrap
for
for
that.
that. Yep.
They
It's a
too
wrap
woke
for
for
that.
that.
He can't do Jack in the Box.
Bruh.
Nah.
Jack in the Box.
Nah, he can't do Jack in the Box.
He gonna be
What
there
about
with-
that Whataburger?
Man, y'all niggas
Now
have
maybe
Black Sweetie special over there.
he gonna be with that Chicken King, like on that
King.
thin line between love and hate. He might be Chicken King a sponsor. He might be back.
Yeah, if they keep sticking him, he gonna be wearing that chicken outfit like the chicken that Peter fights on Family Guy.
Duh.
He gonna be out there.
He gonna be outside. You know that? What's that little insurance company that got the Statue of Liberty? They always have one little crackhead dude wearing the Statue of Liberty
Oh
outfit.
man, you
waving
talking
at
about
Yeah.
Liberty Tax?
people.
or whatever?
Liberty,
Yeah.
Liberty. Then he gonna be out there waving and bull. Hey man, this
Right.
might be like a Netflix series for real, man. Like where this dude falls out the game.
Yeah, it's very possible,
It's
man.
possible, yeah.
But
A
the
hard
only
fall too.
But here's the thing. I think because he could still like ghost produce and write and stuff for which he still does for a lot of people, he could have like one of them like second careers, like what's your boy that did the name?
Hitmaker.
change? Like like
Young
Hitmaker.
Bird.
Yeah, Young Bird,
Stevie
the
J.
Hitmaker. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna be
Well,
Stevie J.
but this is the thing though. If he has potential to
Stevie
to bring this thing, Megan Thee Stallion, Bebo P's favorite chick, he loves
Yeah.
her body type, and body positivity. She couldn't even sell out a 4,000 seater venue. So this dude's bringing 50, 30 million people out to an event. How do you stop that? You know that wave, man. I mean, he's bringing in so much dough.
Yeah.
You gonna let that
but-
stop? Like,
Well,
come on, man.
If somebody has to pay has to put down $2 billion to ensure your show
you
to
go.
make
There
to
you
make
go.
2 million, they're gonna be like, man, like what?
Jay, can't
I
be doing that.
Nah, I ain't got
Putting
it
out
for
$2
him.
billion to make 100 mil.
Nah, yeah, it's just throwing away money.
Not even for a cup of that Renner milk.
Not even for a cold glass of Renner. Not even for that.
With the cakes, dog. I don't know, man.
Oh man.
But this, hey man, this is a serious little situation though. It got
It's
heavy,
serious.
bro. It done got
It's
real heavy, man.
He's looking
Super heavy.
real schmollay out here right now.
Yeah,
Juicy Smollett, dog. You know what I'm saying?
but we do this, man.
yeah.
Once there's victims, man, it gets real
Mhm.
quick.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you had a 9-year-old little cat die, dog. I mean, that's serious bull.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
real serious, bro. I mean,
Man, and like I
you
said,
gotta
shout out
eat
to
that.
like we're not making fun of victims and nothing like that.
Not
It
at
was a
all.
serious situation,
Mm-mm.
but like it's just crazy, man. This is a crazy situation, man. Real
But
talk.
again, it's on the city too. So I think the city gonna have to
Yeah.
throw some
City-
cheese
city
in there as
Real
well.
too.
Well, I mean, to me, the security and all that stuff was weak. I mean, to me, the city shouldn't have never allowed that many people in that event. Like they should have shut that down off top. Like
Yeah.
fire marshal
They-
should have came in there and been like, "Nah."
They
we
handed
can't
out the
have it."
permits and everything.
Get out of here.
You know what I'm saying?
They did. Now the police did say once again that they did talk to Travis, and I'm not taking the onus off of the state, but they did talk to him for a little bit in regards to safety of the facility.
I stand corrected on that then.
No, you good. I'm just saying, like, they could, again, it's not to take the onus off them, it's to say that, hey, look, they can at least, say, hey, we did talk to to Travis about Travis Smollett. It seems about this whole, public safety situation.
Because as we know from going to many college parties, the fire marshal has full jurisdiction to shut.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah. My uncle knows the game. My uncle's one of them little dudes, man, come in there with them shiny shoes on, say, cut it off. Cut it off.
Y'all gotta get out of here.
You go in there not for the safety issue, but just to rock the shoes and sport.
Brittany, you come over here though.
Next to ID, buddy.
You got another fire to put out, woman.
Rare.
Oh, dude.
There you go.
Hey man, who we doing the flyers for the week, man?
LB,
I gotta go with it.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, J Camp.
Go ahead, J Camp. Man, first of all, J Camp got the microphone, man. Like I said, shout out for the mic, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to that mic, man. I gotta go with Dante Terrell Smith, man. Better known as Yasin Bey, better known as Mighty Mos Def, man. As an actor and just a phenomenal artist, man. I gotta give my flowers to this.
I was just watching him on Italian Job.
Man,
he killed that Italian job, man.
He killed it. He killed it, man. He killed it. And I was just listening to that Black on Both Sides like last week when I was coming back from Miami. I was riding, listening to that, man. So yeah,
we need another album. We need another album, man.
We need another album, man.
Mr. Nigga.
Nigga.
Yeah, fat booty.
Yeah, man. It's so many subliminals on that Black on Both Sides too. So many subliminals on that album.
Yeah.
The mathematics.
Ass so fat you can see it from the
front.
Man,
how classic is that Miss Fat Booty video?
It's a flamethrower. Shout out to the mightiest. Shout out to the mightiest. And we're looking for that Black Star album too.
We are. Talib,
Yeah,
man.
By any means necessary. We looking for any means.
LB, go in real quick, man. Who you getting the flowers to this week?
Man,
Macklemore.
Bebo P with that
dark. No, I was thinking for a little bit, but I gotta go with another Detroiter, Aaliyah.
Okay.
I know her music just got on streaming recently, so probably all these new people just now discovering her and all of that stuff. But I was just thinking about Detroit, and then just man, we lost her too soon. She was like
too soon
in her prime. She was
that
killing.
Boat is serious.
Yeah, I mean, every album that she came out with was getting
super talented.
Was getting better and better,
yep.
And so that's what I'm gonna give the flowers to today. You know what I'm saying? So
they had a great team too, man, with Blackground and
with Blackground,
Tim producing.
Tim.
Man, they had a Missy
player writing.
Player writing.
Shout out to Player too. Yeah.
Shout out to Player, man. You know what I'm saying?
They need their flowers too.
Smoke Dylan.
Oh, Elgin was with them too.
Elgin Baylor, genuine.
Yeah, some of that Lumpkin.
I gotta
BOP go in, man.
I'm gonna go to the West Coast. Last week I went south, and before that I think it was east. Long Island. I was at Long Island first, and then I went south to ATL, I believe. And then this week I'm gonna go to Oakland.
Ooh.
And I gotta I gotta stay on track with the cats that I feel are really in the shadows, so to speak, but still putting in that work. And the cat I'm gonna mention, y'all ain't gonna expect me to say this, but I'm gonna say Sugar Free.
Okay.
Sugar Free.
I'm gonna go. Not gonna take you, but you didn't get on my money, girl.
Yeah,
swag.
Hey,
swag king besides that Max B. Swaggy,
the king of swag, or at least one of the kings, man. He had that think he had that album Street Gospel in the
Man, that
mid-90s.
flow was just
Yeah.
Shout out to
Very
Sinful the
unique
P.
flow.
Sinful the
It
P
was
always
so
talking about
unique.
sugar free, man.
it was
Shout
a,
out
it was
to
a
Sinful the P.
conversation. He had the most conversation in his flow. It was more conversation than Slick Rick.
It was.
In his flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was. But no, shout out to Sugar Free, man. You know, and
Hey,
shout
Sugar
out
Free.
to Sugar
If
Free,
y'all haven't
man.
never heard of Sugar Free, go check out some of his music, man. It's so
go
cool,
stream that man's music, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do it.
And shout out to Sugar Free, man. One more bomb for Sugar Free. Putting up on that P game. Get your bottom, bitch.
Testament album, the Street Gospel. Go ahead and cop his work. You know what I'm saying? He's put in mad work, and that not even just out in the West. I think he did some with Ninth Wonder one time.
Yeah. He's done a lot of collabs.
Legendary.
Yeah,
He's done a lot of collabs. He got a lot of collabs out there.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta stay in the same vicinity, man. Actually, man, and
we got ID, buddy.
Yeah,
man, I had to go with that Earl Stevens Senior.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I need some of that wine. I need some of that wine, Earl.
Earl Stevens, man, like
a
he's
bottle
been
of
doing
that wine.
Sick With It Records, man. Like
That good bottle of wine.
Yeah, man. Like
bottle,
just
man.
having the slanguage that he had, being a cool cat, man. That song that he had with Nate Dogg. I mean, like he's just a legend in the game, man. All the album. I remember the first album I saw was the one where he had the Rolex and he was in the middle with the yayo. I was like, oh my god! And the song with Pac, man. Like, I mean, like I said, I've been banging the E40. You know, in the group chat, I'm always hitting the E40, man. So,
me too.
Then, like I said, if y'all haven't checked out his wines, he got some dope little wine to check out, man. Like,
yeah.
He's always just been an innovator, always been a hustler. Man, the music has just been always so like, Vallejo, Oakland, you know what I'm saying? He's always repping the Warriors, man, holding them down. Even when they was losing, when they was winning, he's
the
there.
Giants too.
I mean, he's
San
that
Francisco
dude. I mean,
Giants,
when you go there, man, he's the trick of Oakland, in my opinion, man. You have to get a hall pass. And let's be 100. He could have popped big, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? He, like this thing. This is how you get somebody. You basically book them for a show, and then when they come up, you pull the guns out. You know what I'm saying? That's what he did.
And also,
but he talked to big, and they got cool. You know what I'm saying? So, like E40 is a real one, man. Shout out to the real ones, man, because we don't have a lot of them left, man. So shout out to the real ones, man. Sugar Free,
and shout out to his catalog
on,
too,
man.
bro.
Man.
His catalog is
One of the
stupid. And I'll
man.
say that his last 4 albums have been damn near classic. Like I'm a 40 fan. Like I mean, he'll have like 20. He'll have like 28 tracks, but see, his albums are almost like compilations because he have everybody featured on there, like Luda, Redman, Busta. I mean, anybody you can think of is working with 40 on his albums, and people be sleeping on that too.
Man, shout out to E40 and
man, shout out to 40, man, because I mean that dude's albums, man. And the Click too, Sugar T,
Mount Westmore too.
He's on the Mount Westmore too, man.
He's on that Mount Westmore too, no doubt.
Serious dude, man.
40 Waters putting in that work, man. Been putting in that work.
I'm gonna need something this year though, 40, man. You ain't dropped nothing since 2019, bro. You're gonna have to bless me.
Get together.
Hey, don't sleep. You already know his catalog, as you mentioned, so don't sleep on him. Don't just.
I'm sure he's working. I'm sure
he's in that lab.
Right, in the lab.
Right. In the lab. All day. Hey man, shout outs before we get out of here, man.
No, go ahead, Jay Camp.
No, I was gonna say, man, shout out to all the listeners, man, all the people that's riding with us, man. We appreciate it. You're holding us down. We doing this for you, giving y'all just the best content that we can. ID got the mugs, so if you got your bourbon, your vodka, whatever your choice of drink is, even if you just sipping on coffee.
Show it to him one more time, ID. Show it to him.
Even if it's just Joe.
They don't sell this Friday. Go ahead.
Even if it's Joe.
Hey man, if you in the doghouse with your girl, pull up with the FRSHOUT cup.
And always remember,
get out.
If you flash that cup that's got LB on there, you safe in any city. You safe in any city.
House, man. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't sing like Jaquise did on the.
Nah.
Never that. Papers filed.
That coffee mug is like your passport.
Yeah, just take it anywhere, man. L Easy, man. What's the last word, man?
Man, not much. Just hey, man. stay safe, keep your mental health going into the holidays. Because it's coming up and it's fun, as and exciting as it can be. I know sometimes it can also be a little stressful, dealing with homes or family and family you might not want to be around or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different things that go on, and sometimes those things can be a little tough. And so you just just keep the mental health and try to have a good holiday, man. That's all that is.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to that, man.
Be bold.
I mean, same deal. You guys stay up, do what you got to do to get the bag within the realm of a right standing value system. Give your family or loved ones a call. Not even just during the holidays if you can't see them, but just as soon as possible. Tomorrow's not promised, so you want to make sure you're doing the most for the ones who have a heart and mind for you. Also, stay safe, as Elle said. Get in addition to the mental health, also them cases is going back up. So definitely stay safe in that regard. I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about. So I think I have to say the name.
That Omicron sound like a transformer.
Man, dude. I mean, but again, stay safe in every type of way.
Yes.
Don't be safe in public too with these
mask up, man. Don't mask up.
A lot of mask up, and not the ski mask way mask up.
Nah. We ain't talking about
some of the niggas is they going under masks.
They are, but stay safe in every which way you can, because it's getting crazy out here in more ways than one.
Yes.
So with that said, God bless everybody, and hit that subscribe and like button. Cop something, man. Even if you don't jive well with what you've heard tonight or any other night, cop something. Cop a mug or something.
Hey yo, cop that.
Hey yo, son.
We got the gear coming, and we appreciate you guys nonetheless, and keep rocking with us because we rock.
Keep rocking.
On that note, it's that man's turn.
Hey man, we're just out, man. Like I said, man, enjoy the holidays, man, and spend some time with family. That's it, man. Like I said, we always here every Wednesday. You're gonna see some more clips, you're gonna see some more merch, you're gonna see a lot of stuff, man. We have the best commentary, and again, we are the reincarnated version of Rap City, man, the basement, man. This is where you get all the old stuff and the new stuff, because there's nothing else on, honestly, YouTube or IG like us, man. So again, check us out, JCamp, LB, BBOP. You know how we do, man. We out. Peace.